Right. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
So, welcome to the Livebox event about 3D portfolio. My name is Marlon Nunez. I'm our Heroes co-founder, and I have just sitting virtually next to me, Dr. Terror Danko, Daniele. Hey, Daniele, how you doing?
Fine, thanks. Hello, everybody, and it's a pleasure to be here. So, yeah, let's start this.
So let's start the whole portfolio review. I have a quick question for you guys that are in the chat. Don't you mind, guys, typing where are you guys from which country you are connected? It's going to be very interesting to see what type, if we are able to give a whole round to the globe before we start to the portfolio review. Anyway,
Oh, there is
so
someone that loves us.
yeah, oh my lord,
Wow.
oh nice. I feel yeah, exactly. We have a happy octopus here,
Yeah,
Daniele.
super happy octopus.
We
Yeah.
have a happy octopus also. I
Yeah.
love it. So we have people from Argentina, Italy, Costa Rica, UK, the US, Canada. Nice. All right, we already crossed the ocean. Awesome. All right, so let's start the whole presentation. So
Yeah.
we just grab random portfolios just from our station.
Yeah.
No, not really. Well, okay,
Don't grab mine, please.
we have more people here, so I cannot go just by
Yeah.
by timing which one was the first. So we are going to start the whole portfolio review. We are going to be asking you if you are online. Hopefully you guys are online. We're going to ask you which character we want you to review. Anyway,
Yep.
so let's start the whole thing. Let's do it, Daniele.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we start with Alessandra
Yeah.
Scaglione. Did I
Yep.
say it correctly? I don't believe this little barbarian is the one that catch my attention.
Yeah.
All right, so some few things to say. Obviously, here we have Daniele, that is the master of stylized characters. Definitely one of the things that I noticed in the character is a little bit of anatomy issues, and mostly about some tension here happening that perhaps it kind of distracts a lot about what type of facial expression he's giving. It feels like he's smiling, but it's not really, the lips are not actually getting there. I mean, when we smile, there are a whole bunch of volumes that should start happening. Like, for example, all the area here, it cannot, volume up, etc. So it would be interesting to already give this type of expression to the character. So in this case, looks like he's neutral, but there is something going on here. And also, I think in general lines, every time we work a character, I will love to see the eyes. The eyes are probably the most important fact. So I would try to make sure that I dedicate the light rig that I'm creating to make sure that the iris, or what is the cornea, get alive. So definitely, it's kind of missing that type of white bump that really makes a difference. What do you think, Daniela?
Yeah. Totally agree with what you say. I would add that the character looks fine, very fine, very nicely modeled. I think that
Pretty cool, this one.
suggest, and you will hear me repeating this a lot, if you want to improve your portfolio, I really suggest to kind of like start copying stuff, start to creating something from an existing concept, because from this character I can see that there is a lot of potential, but maybe it shows that it's kind of like beginner work in terms of style. I mean, there is probably it could be like more focus on having a particular style, a defined style. Instead, I see that, for example, texturing shows some metal that is rendered as realistic metal. There are some lights that feels like being more cartoonist, a bit less. So I would suggest maybe try to kind of like focus more on studying and developing the style and understand how really stylize the character. Otherwise,
Mhm.
I feel like the character is super nice, and Alessandra has a very good potential.
Very,
She,
very good. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
Yes, just to works in the portfolio. So I guess that she's kind of like a beginner stage, but even if at beginner stage, she has a lot of potential. So keep working on and keep doing your stuff. Yeah.
Keep working on that. Definitely, definitely here you can see the mojo. You can really see that you're getting somewhere. Yeah, just try to make sure that you give personality to the character. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if you get like a perfect lighting or the perfect
Yeah.
rendering. Most of the time, it's about the character being alive. So it's very important to get this all this kind of stuff in mind.
Yep.
All right. So I hope that's okay with you, Alexandra.
Yep.
Alessandra. So if you are fine, we're going to move to the next one. Unless you guys have any question, or Alessandra, you have any question that you
Yep.
want to ask us before we move on. If you have any question, just post right now, and then we're going to
Yeah,
type
because
the
I'm
question.
trying to take in a look also at the chat. So
Awesome,
if some question, okay, no, yeah, keep going is
awesome,
of course the
awesome.
most important piece of
Or
advice. Yeah.
Helmut Ofori from Germany. All right, Helmut, you have
Oh,
any piece that you want us to take a look?
okay, so in the meantime,
Um,
opening
yeah.
also here. Okay.
Obviously, I will try to go always for the latest one. I can
Yeah.
assume. I mean, as a recruiter, normally they will go for the first three. Normally,
Yeah.
even though this one catch more my attention, I probably will try to review this one though.
Oh,
So unless you don't say anything, I'm going to review literally the last one.
maybe
Uh,
not the last one because there is whip on top, so
well,
it's
that's
still whip.
true.
Yeah, I will go with the other one. Yeah.
Should we go for the fire demon? Unless he doesn't agree, let's go for the fire demon just quickly. It's a low poly character, looks like.
Yep.
After a long time, this a little project. Yeah, like a one
There is
UV
also the skull.
set. The sculpt is pretty cool.
Yep.
You know what's happening here, specifically in this one, is that I love the sculpt, but then the presentation, it feels like I just went away somewhat.
Yep.
Sometimes it happens that we in composition, we just literally get so distracted about how we want to present the character, and we just overdo the whole thing, and that's very normal. I have done that million times.
I do this
Sometimes,
always.
yeah, yeah. And I think the best advice here, if you keep it as simple, the better. So, for example, you show me this is cold, and I'm like, nice. I see a lot of quality here going on. You show me this, and I don't know. I just see the low poly going on here. I see this, I guess it's a radial motion blur effect that doesn't make much sense here to me.
Yeah.
So it's kind of distractive in that sense. But I mean, I love it. I mean, I love the character definitely.
Yeah, the sculpt is really cool. I would also add that maybe when you plan to kind of like show something in pose your final shot, the pose is very important because from this, my impression is that the pose that you choose kind of like spoil the bit the beauty of the sculpt because the sculpt in the pose is kind of like more appealing than the final shot. Also, from I don't know if it's because of the angle or because the pose was kind of like rushed a bit. But you can see that it really doesn't tell anything about the character.
I think it's the boss, and that's something that I get to talk quite a lot when in our heroes program as well, just to let
Yeah.
you know. And it's something that Daniele probably will agree with me. It's about I always talk about the S pose. You guys can see my drawing.
Yeah.
There you go. So normally when you create a pose, you try to make sure that you create some curvature because the body doesn't behave in a straight line. So normally when you're posing a character, you try to make sure that you keep everything with certain curvature. So for example, in this case,
Yeah.
if this is the leg that is holding most of the weight of the character, this is the leg that is going to be possibly slightly more like a pointing like a down. So you have this initial leg that it would be like pointing here. This one would be like extended somewhere here. And then just by the rule, the shoulders are going to be always facing the opposite direction. So
Yeah.
they have to be facing like this. So just by doing something like this, you kind of naturally are able to create a more natural look in terms of the pose. So every time you push the character, just try to think about the S curve, and then just think about the pelvis and the shoulder angle. And the first thing that I always try to check, as I said before, which is the feet that is holding the weight of the character. From there, you can build the final pose in that sense.
Yeah.
I hope that makes some sense. All right, so I think you don't have any other question, Helmut. We just move to the next one. What do you think? Do you have any question? Just put it on the chat, and then we can plug the question.
No questions.
No questions.
No.
All right, so we have here, this is a demo reel.
Okay, so let me...
It's 1 minute. I'm going to move it forward, okay? Let me just plug this sound off. It's pretty cool. Nice bust here. Pretty cool. Topology. We have as a demo reel. I like it. The only problem that I see, this one is actually nice. Not because of that. I kind of like the sculpt just because. That's one is cute as well. Sorry, let me just put in full screen.
Yeah.
All right. Something that I should tell you about the demo reel is that when you create a demo reel, you need to be sure that the first 10 seconds are the most important. I just feel like we have the first 10 seconds are probably not as relevant as, for example, this one. Probably this one catch more attention because it's a finished work. Yeah. Definitely, we have so many what I will describe as whips in that sense. I know you're trying probably to sell yourself as a modeler, but would be very interesting as a client that you are able to accomplish the whole thing. And from what I can see here, you're able to create lighting, you're able to create coloring, texturing, etc. So it will be very, very important that you start with the best pieces when you start with the demo reel.
And how long is the video?
This one is like a 1 minute 20.
Okay, no, the length is kind of
around fine.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, I think in general lines, the sculpts are pretty cool. I think in terms of the pose, I will discuss exactly the same thing. Just watch out with the straight lines. If I check like this character just quickly, you can see that the whole character is pretty much just a full line, right?
Yeah.
Which again, just try to make sure every time you pose a character, you give this nice S curve that to give some body, body language in that sense. What do you feel, Daniele?
Yeah, no, totally. Huge suggestion that I always give to people when they are kind of like creating poses. Put yourself in front of a mirror and try to make the same pose. I do this on a regular basis whenever I work for collectibles. Luckily for me, I don't make a lot of sexy girls because it would be kind of like strange for me to put myself in front of a mirror and make kind of like a pose. But I made sometimes. I have some picture that I will never share, and I hope no one will hack my computer ever because that would be kind of like embarrassing. But I mean, if you kind of like just think about the pose, you really cannot grab all the nuances of the pose. So usually the best approach is really try to imagine the particular action and put yourself on a mirror or ask to someone to take a picture of you, because just only in this way you can really understand what happens on the whole body when you make a particular pose, especially if it's very complex.
I would say just very last bit, when you create a demo reel, get rid of useless stuff. If you try to sell yourself as a human sculptor, let's say, about making bodies and so on, just don't post stuff that is not bodies. And to be fair, this is completely relevant. So just try to put 3-4 things. Don't just put everything that you created. It's going to help you quite a lot. All right, but Montserrat, beautiful work. I mean, I love it. Very, very good style. All right, here we have quite a lot. Let me just put all. So we have Nikita from Belgium. Very nice style. Let's get the latest one. Hello, Nikita. How you doing? Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool, eh? It reminds me to Zelda. Like the Zelda game, the Nintendo Switch one. It has this type of style.
Yeah.
Let's see what he says here. And actually, probably is one of the Zelda. It's a Goron kid, of course. Yeah. It's a Goron kid. Awesome, Nikita. How you doing? So let's review this one just because literally catch our attention. I think the presentation is amazing. Daniele, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I really love it. Yeah, super cool. Yeah, the character is cool. The shading is cool. The sculpt is. I'm looking on the other mirrors, on the other monitor. Sorry. So no, overall, I really can say. And you also posted the concept. So
That's right.
this allows us to kind of like check against the concept, because this is important, because when you kind of like sell yourself as a character modeler, you really want to show to the
Nice.
people that you are able to kind of like translate the concept nicely. So here we
Yeah.
have all the elements to say that this is super cool. You kind of like have skills. You
Yeah.
just got 15 likes for this work, so let me give you my
Let me
like.
give you a like as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. You have 16
Like
likes
and
now.
follow all the way straight. Yeah, for sure. And I love the silhouette as well here.
Yeah,
Like how he broke the silhouette in this way. When created stylization, it's all about silhouette and volume. Just break
yeah,
the silhouette. That's super super cool style. Love it.
yeah,
I don't know. In general, I love the presentation, and it's a very good example about keep it simple. He didn't even create any background, no other information. He just literally the character in plain solid color. I love
yeah,
that. Like I think that's key. Topology is fine. It should work definitely. Love it. I mean,
yeah.
you have a breakdown here. The UV seems correct to me. 2 UV sets. Sculpts amazing. Yeah. I mean, Nikita, not much to say. Very
No,
good.
really. We have
Very
a
good.
very happy octopus. Yeah.
We have
And
a
this is
happy
a special
octopus.
octopus because it can also turn in a very sad octopus or
It can
angry.
get
So
very sad.
it's kind of like a bipolar octopus. So in this
Yeah,
case, it's very happy. So yeah,
awesome. Nikita, so we just give you thumbs up. I mean, just keep going. Not
yeah.
much to say. Not much to say. All right, we have Sabas from Greece.
Okay,
All
so
right.
let's
He has
find.
like a whole bunch of cool pieces here. I wonder which one we can pick. I will go for humans. What do you think,
Yeah,
Daniele?
yeah,
Some of
yeah.
the
Let's
three
go for human.
humans. Let's go
Yeah,
for John Doe,
yeah.
obviously. Very nice, huh?
Yeah, no, very nice. Yeah, totally,
The-
totally on point. I don't remember really well the character, but I can see that
yeah,
he's Yondu. Yeah,
you can identify it definitely. I think in terms of human proportions, I don't see nothing like. I mean, I think in general it's actually pretty good.
yeah. Maybe
When it
in the
comes
three
to,
quarter is a bit different. I should check against the reference, but from the three quarter, I can see yeah that zygomatic bone
it could be that the
protruding.
zygomatic. Yeah, I
Yeah,
was going to mention the same thing. It seems to me the zygomatic bone also feels like a little bit protruded, like a little bit like yeah, too off.
yeah,
Um, but in general lines, also I want to mention about the shading. This kind of on top of anatomy. The eyes they look like plastic. Probably you render it in real time, possibly even Marmoset. I assume it's a Marmoset render. I don't know if it's Marmoset. If you can just reply here, we can find it out. But when you create
no,
eyes, you
probably
need to
it's
make
Arnold. On
it,
the
it
on their
it's
session page, it says Arnold.
it
So
says that it's Arnold. All right, so
yeah,
make sure that you turn on the subsurface. I don't know if you have turned it on or not. And also, when you create iris, try to make sure that it's not sharp. This sharpness only happens with stylized characters in cartoons. In real life, the limbal, the lumbal ring, I think was the name. It's fade out. So definitely, when you see realism, you need to make sure that the iris, there is this nice transition between the iris and the sclera. So it's very important that you remove the sharpness. And also the subsurface is not strong enough, or either there is no subsurface here in this
mhm.
character. So definitely it will help quite a lot. Anything else, Danielle, here that we can
No, I really
mention?
like the character. Is I mean, well presented, well modeled. The only thing I would say, I repeat, I don't remember the character from the movie. I can feel like in the part that is joining the metal piece, the skin looks a bit like
Yeah,
lacking a bit of interaction. And this is the thing that I really stress a lot, people. When you
agree.
work in 3D, you really want to give the impression of when you have some parts that clash one with the other, you really want to give the impression, no matter if it's a face or a cloth, that there is some sort of interaction. Like in the Bernini's Rape of Proserpina, you really want to make feel surfaces that touch together, that kind of like interact one with each other. And yeah, probably I can feel like there is some bumpiness, but I really lack a bit of the sense of this metal piece entering while having maybe some shading, something that makes me think about that.
Uh,
I repeat, I'm not sure because I should check the reference
But
because
but Daniele, I do believe that I completely agree, and actually it's a very good piece of feedback
yeah,
because also I think as a potential employer, I want to make sure that the artists have eye for details for this kind of small stuff that you probably won't focus on the first glance. But for example, here, as you said, like this kind of it kind of feels like it's literally intersecting and probably penetrating the metal. Obviously there should be some pressure even out, if you're trying to feel like the whole metal piece is there, there should be some skin look like this looks more like a plastic. So yeah, probably here we have some missing information in that sense. That would be good to have this type of
I'm pointing this because it's one of the most common things in 3D. Because in 3D you really cannot make things interact. When you sculpt in clay, it's easy because you pull a shape inside of another, and you kind of like have for free this sort of kind of like pushing a Boolean effect. And in 3D it's very difficult. And probably once heard a traditional sculptor saying that the problem with 3D is that you lack the sense of interaction. Okay, so you really have to struggle. This is the thing in which you have to struggle a lot when doing 3D. Just give it the impression that if you kind of like wearing something that is very tight, there is the skin that is pulling. So all of this will make a very great difference.
Yeah, but anyway, Salas, the likeness is beautiful. Just keep it up. I mean, just about small details, some shading, and pay more attention to this kind of stuff. But
I would love to be able to make a likeness like that.
Oh, you can. Come on. You're more than capable, believe me. I love this portfolio, eh? I love
this David
one.
Clermont.
Oh my God. There's so many cool pieces here. David Clermont from Canada. Man, I love this portfolio. What I can say, I love this bird. He should be the first one.
Wow.
I know. I want to review it, but it looks like it's the last one from his portfolio. But oh my God, I totally love the personality here. Yeah, it's 2 years ago. Let's move to a different one. Let's move to this one, for example. Like a month ago, we have obviously Lebron James.
Cool.
It's based in a concept here, I assume. Yeah, initial concept.
Oh, wow.
Pretty cool. I mean, I like it. I think in terms of the sculpt, it's kind of going the right direction. I feel like possibly when it comes to the face expression, it came slightly simple. I know you're trying to follow this concept.
Yeah.
But it feels like you can give more shape to the face, and by that I mean probably just forcing certain lines that they were on the console, like for example, this type of lines. Also, this area here, the commissure of the mouth feels slightly weird, so probably give it a little bit of bump in this area as well. For some reason, the eyes don't work to me. I know you're trying to give a little bit of impression that he's taking like this type of face expression. I think it's because the upper eyelid here is fully open when actually should be like going down just from the pressure from just moving that eyebrow down. I know him it's that's all of this kind of stuff. It's all about facial anatomy. Even when you create cartoon stylized characters, there are a whole bunch of rules that you should follow. And also something very important, not everything is translatable to 3D. I'm aware that the concept is amazing, but not necessarily what he did here on the eye it will make sense to me. And probably that's what happened here. You were trying to follow that and it didn't work out.
I have the impression that maybe the eyes could be kind of like slightly deeper. The eye socket, because it feels like it's very popping out, especially on the farthest one, the one that is more close. Looks like it really misses that sort of cavity. As Marlon said, probably you kind of like to make the work being totally overlappable with with the concept, but sometimes you have to kind of like take another route and try to kind of like see if in 3D can work better in a way, because I feel like it lacks a bit of depth in terms of depth, in the area of the eyes.
The eyelids are not present here, but just push it back slightly forward so you see a little bit more of the eyelid and also a bit more of the orbital cavity area. That definitely should happen a bit more. But anyway, beautiful work and also beautiful portfolio. Hey, I love it. I totally love this portfolio. I just think as a personal advice, put this bird first all the way. Put these two guys, Lebron, second and third, because these three pieces, your first three pieces, literally don't catch my attention. And for me, it's very obvious that you are a character modeler, and this one are not. And this one, even if is good, I feel like you have way better work here. So I will just start organizing your portfolio in a better way, just to present it. Anyway, beautiful word, David. We have Alice Chessy. All
Yeah,
right.
Alice Chessy. If she's
Alice.
Italian, probably it's
Alice. All right, Alice.
Alice. I don't.
Uh,
I don't know if she's Italian, but
let's see which one here. I don't know which one is the latest one. This one maybe is too stylized to really understand with this type of rendering. It's a drawing. I was mentioning rendering. It's a drawing actually. So let's go for this one, for example, or maybe the hunter. Let's go for the hunter, since it's a final piece of work. Hello, Alice. Did Daniele say it correctly? Alice?
Alice.
Alice.
Yeah.
Alice.
Alice.
How you doing? All right. So, what do you think, Daniele?
Oh, the character is cool. This is a school project.
Yeah,
Back in
that's what he.
2020.
Yeah, looks like.
I'm also opening the Marmoset viewer.
Yeah, I just thinking if all of those are school projects, I guess. So if I can say something about it, Alice, would be the same thing that I mentioned to some of the guys just before. Again, it's about when you pose a character. Good that you try to pose a character. Always think about the curve. Again, in this case, you see the spine. The spine is just like it doesn't tell me nothing. The shoulders are pretty much just it's slightly static, even if he's trying to have a dynamic pose or she's trying to have a dynamic pose. So the same thing as always. If you happen to have this leg that is the one that is lifted, that the hips should be in this way, the shoulders should be in this way, and from there you can already start building your pose in a better way. Just try to be more dynamic in that sense. I think that's the best piece of advice. I really like the rendering. I like the character, but definitely with the pose, it kind of lose a little bit of of work there.
Yeah, I give the same advice. Also, when you create a pose, as I said before, apart from putting yourself in front of the mirror, you always have to consider that also with the pose you kind of want to tell a story. So the pose is like has to be subject to what you want to tell about your character, because here we have kind of a cool pose, but when I see this pose, I see some guy with a leg raised. It really doesn't tell me if he's aggressive, how he's leaning, what is the purpose of this pose. So you really want to kind of push. This is kind of something that you can learn if you take some theater class. The non-verbal language, the body language. So whenever you make a pose with your body, you kind of express feelings. So if he's an hunter, you really want to create a pose that make him look like an hunter and very dynamic. Probably he's hunting, so he's kind of leaning forward, or I don't know, whatever it is. But just try to imagine a story that you want to tell, because the story will make your character.
I completely agree, and this applies to every single step of the character. When you create textures, you also need to understand where is this character located. I mean, he's in the jungle, he's in the desert. So at the end of the day, there is so much history going on in whatever you're trying to do. And at the end of the day, this is art. You're trying to make sure that the viewer gets some emotional, gets some emotions from it. It either gets happy, it gets sad. I mean, it's very important that we are able to.
There is Vichar in the chat. Hello, Vichar.
Hello, man, Vichar. How you doing, bro? Hello to India. All right. So anyway, but very good work, Alice. I mean, just try to think more about the posing. I think sculpting wise, you are very good in that sense. Just try to express better the characters. All right. So we're going to move to Pietro.
Okay.
All right. Let's open this one. The character woman Buccaneer.
Okay. The pirate.
Right. The pirate one. Okay. I think if I can say something just all the way straight, I like what I see, but obviously we're missing a little bit of some anatomy facts. When it comes about how to read the face, how to position also the arms as well. Obviously the pose is straight, which is not common as well. So in this case, we can talk a little bit about anatomy, mostly about, for example, all this area here, the nasal area, especially in women. Normally you should have like a pretty nose as well. I guess it's her case as well. And also you were sculpting, from my point of view, possibly in a very high poly from the beginning. So it got like you could focus more in the major silhouette form. So that's something that we teach in our heroes as well. Like try to keep it as low poly as possible from the beginning. So you focus on the major volumes and the silhouette as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, underneath there is a kind of like a screenshot of the body from different angles, and from that, yeah, that one, I can see that you kind of like miss the naturalist curvature of the profile. So
Yeah,
it feels
I
like
agree.
she's kind of like leaning a bit forward. So you really want to kind of like exaggerate the gesture of the of
I
the
agree.
of the arch of the spine, and then the
Yeah,
leg going back and going again. Yeah.
yeah, something like yeah, exactly. Just try to
Yeah,
make sure
she
that
should
she's
like
slightly
lean with her breast, kind of because she's in a very heroic pose, and so
yeah,
leaning
and
forward.
possibly
Yeah,
breaking the symmetry. Don't having the
yeah,
two legs just literally just as next to each other. You can just try to make sure that they are in a different position. So just try to make sure that you have a nice curvature here going on. Yeah, it's very important when you post the characters again. Just try to keep this body language that Daniele was saying before. Very 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 important. All right, so I think yeah, we can move on to the next one. What do you
yep,
think? Okay, Pietro, just keep going. I mean, definitely you're going the right
yeah,
direction. Just start getting some of the basics. So don't jump into high poly so quickly. Just
yeah.
focus on the silhouette and the volumes first. So we have Jesus. Hello, Jesus. How you doing? So Jesus, if I'm not wrong, he probably has been in all of our talks or most of them. I've seen this name popping up some few times already. I think Jesus
Yep.
Day is popping up. All right. So which one should I open? The Batman one catch
Oh,
my
yeah,
attention.
yeah.
Which one should we open, Jesus? Like, which one you think is the best one for us to give you some review? Let's just give a little bit of seconds.
Yep.
Do you have any preference, Daniele, in case Jesus doesn't reply this
No, I
one?
really don't have any preference, so I will leave to you the decision. Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go for this one, mostly because I really like the Dark Knight, but I'm just going
Yeah.
to go for this one because there are some few things that we can talk, and I
Okay.
saw it just kind of what is 4 years ago? No, you know what? Let me take it out.
Yeah, 4 years ago. Yep.
4 years ago. The Batman is like 5 months ago. All right, so let's go for
Okay, so
Batman
let's go
then.
with Batman. Yeah.
Ah, wait, Jesus is just replied. Let's go for the first one. Okay, let's go for the
Okay.
first one then.
First
Let's
one.
go just
Okay.
for the first one. Got it. All right, so
12
okay,
days ago. Yeah.
12 days. Okay, 12 days ago, it couldn't be more
Okay.
spot on. Okay, so I think here. I mean, I like actually the feeling that I getting from it. Definitely, is a bit of joy here. But definitely there are some few things that bother me here, and I
Yep.
think we come again to the post thing.
Yeah.
Independently of the mouth area, especially and the face expression that we can talk about that later. I mean, if he's lifting the arm, definitely you should have a more extreme shoulder angle happening
Yeah.
here when you have the major, the major like shoulder already pointing upwards.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the other one is facing just like kind of downwards as
Yeah.
well. And yeah, when it comes to the all of this, you just feel that actually the guy is flying.
Yeah.
On top of this, let's talk a little bit about the face expression. What do you think, Daniele? A little
Yeah,
bit about it.
yeah. Overall, the face expression is not so expressive. Yeah, feels like you really can tell if it's like it's kind of like struggling, but not that much. And there is the mouth shape that is quite strange. Is he smiley? No. So there are some issues. Eventually, the thing that pops more to my eye is the shoulder area. The shoulder area is
Yeah,
kind of like you kind of like miss the fact that when you raise the shoulder, this is the thing that I always do on a regular basis to check. When you raise the shoulder, you kind of like almost touch your head because you know the clavicle rotates and kind of like be pulled. Yeah, it feels like in this position the shoulder is way too far, so it's like disarticulated.
yeah,
So you really want to give this impression if it makes
yeah,
this pose to have very close this area
very
and kind
close.
of like
Yeah,
closes. Now I really don't want to show my body because it's not a very beautiful shot, but just check it and you will see that when you make this sort of movement, even if you are quite kind of like relaxed the shoulder, you can see that comes very close to the face. So and I can tell this because I can also can see from the there is a shot in which there is the profile, and you can feel like probably also the neck is way too forward. I don't know. There is some problem in this area.
Yeah, I agree. Slightly forward, and there is, as you said before, there is this gap that is anatomically just a bit strange. Definitely, that need to be sorted. If
I
I
will
can
leave
say
the question
so,
to you.
yeah, if I can say something, obviously all this mouth corner is giving me issues. Just I think you're trying to give like some type of like cool smile type of thing that he's like he feels cool about it. So just to let you know, the Rixorium it should be pointed this direction, which means that technically speaking, you should have the nasolabial fold here forming already because of the pressure. This the mouth corner should be already pulling this direction, and then you should have this tiny bump. Just by doing these tiny strokes, you already start giving the character some personality because you're already following some facial anatomy structure, and it's already going to follow some anatomy. And here, definitely, you can smooth it out. I think I think that's what you're trying to do with this character. So definitely here we are kind of missing a bit of anatomy facts
Yeah.
that you can apply into this character specifically. I mean, I love the character. We just need to fix some few bits to make sure that it looks awesome, because that's
And
the
try to
final
keep
point.
also the shapes more clean. I mean, I can see they are a bit lumpy. There is a bit of lumpiness in the arms. Actually, there are Alfredo and Pete that are two fans of mine because they say that I'm cute and I'm handsome. So yeah, I will show later my bicep for you, just for you too.
Thank you. Yeah. Show us your biceps. Show us your biceps.
Okay.
Nice. Yeah. We had to do it in one point. We have to do it in one point. Anyway, Jesus, so a very good job. Just try to take attention to this facial
Yeah.
structure, anatomy, and also the shoulder. I think the shoulder is the biggest here that we need to address. Okay, Jonathan Narvaez. Pretty cool, this one. League of Legends.
Okay.
Let's go for the girl for now, since it's just the
Wow.
latest one. Nice, I like it.
Oh, Catwoman.
Catwoman.
Okay.
Nice pose. Nice pose. You see some action going on here. Anatomically, I think anatomically is fine as well to me. Probably it's a bit straight from the back. Maybe we can have a little bit more of curvature going on here as well. Probably I don't know if you like same thing as some of the characters. That's something I try to do in all my characters. I try to check this SQ from all the sides. I think here you're doing a very nice job with the legs, but then the torso is not following. So definitely we can try to push all these areas slightly, this direction, just to make sure they feels more dynamic. Just because of that, I love the rendering. I like the face as well. Yeah, I like it. I mean, I like it quite a lot. Let me just pull back to the face quickly. There is a shot of the face here somewhere?
Yeah, there is somewhere.
This one. Let's go for this one then. I like it.
Yep.
I like it. I think here we can give a little bit more of a expression. Since it's a statue, normally statues they try to overreact a little bit more posing and expression just because it's a statue, it's part of the whole deal. In terms of the expression, feels like at the commissure, same issue as the student, you can even pull that risorium, you can pull that muscle even more. So she would be slightly more smiley. So she would be like slightly more hardcore. And here you would have a better silhouette here. So just by doing that, she will have like a stronger attitude because at the end of the day, it's Catwoman. I mean, she's a hardcore woman. So you can take a look on this kind of stuff as well. What else? What else we have here? I like the pose in general.
Yep.
What do you think, Daniele? Anything else we can say here?
Yeah, we are playing in a kind of like different league. Not to say that other prefer, but I can really see that there is more experience. So
Yeah.
because there is a very nice rendering of the anatomy, very clean shapes, and
Yeah.
eventually. I'm not sure that I will be able to make something like this, so I have to be honest. No, because the character is super cool. I don't know if you kind of like follow some art direction guiding you. Probably there could be some
It could
adjustment
be.
on the pose, make
Yeah.
it more dynamic. But if I if I have to say something, just in order to say something, I would say the cut is a bit stiff, just because I don't have anything else to say. No, overall, it's a very amazing work. So yeah, I feel that with a good art director, when you work, this is kind of like looks like a collectible, and when you work on collectibles, there are always art directors
Yeah,
that guide you. I
it's
feel
true.
that with the guidance of a good art director, there are those nuances in the pose that would be kind of like fixed on the fly, and but overall the work is
I
I
think it's
mean,
very good.
yeah,
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 and
nice
I think in
presentation,
general, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, and I agree. I think in general you have very good attitude in terms of how to post the characters and just
yeah,
give them some personality. So I think in general I feel like very correct.
yeah,
Just try to think more about body language. Again, we don't know which art direction you might got there,
yeah.
so it could be that they wanted it this
Yeah,
way.
if I should have to be nitpicky, maybe in this pose, the legs looks like they're a bit kind of like from one render, not here, but there is a zebra's grab. Feels like they are kind of like split a bit too apart. Yeah, that one. You can see that there is kind of like a lot of space, and in this pose, I would expect maybe to have them kind of like more the commissure in between the legs to be less visible. It feels like they are kind of like wide. I don't know, there is something that throws me a bit off, but I repeat, this is very just to be nitpicky and try to find
Yeah, yeah,
something to say,
yeah,
because
exactly.
overall the work is super nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
also good
yeah.
anatomy knowledge. The bent knee is usually something that always puts all of us in huge troubles, but you can like manage to make it look like believable. So that's
Cool.
okay, amazing.
Anyway, very very good job, Jonathan. Just keep it up. I mean,
Yeah.
very very few things there to kind of take a look on. All right, so let's jump to Marcos Garcia from Las Palmas, from Gran Canaria. Nice.
Oh,
All right, so let's go for the
wow.
latest one. Marcos, actually, Marcos was one of the Art Heroes students. So how
Oh,
you doing, man? How you doing? Let's see how things are going since then. Nice,
oh, we have a
way better.
Spider-Man.
We have a Spider-Man here from the latest movie. So here, I guess we only can judge the pose, right? No facial
Yeah,
anatomy here
yeah,
involved. Here we can talk about. I will talk about proportions. I think here. I mean, this torso seems a bit too long to me. I mean, let me just pull it up, but I feel like the six pack is
yep,
is too high. I mean, anatomically speaking. So if I'm not wrong, the belly button should be somewhere here. So
yep.
this distance to the crotch area feels like something. He has some extra centimeters here for no reason, so definitely something to take a look as
And in
well.
the wrong place, the extra centimeters.
Yeah,
Sometimes
exactly.
extra centimeters are good, but not in this case. They are in the wrong place.
Exactly. You can pull it somewhere else. Oh my god, that is such a dirty man you have. Oh my god. You get me out of the sun now. No, anyway, so I mean, it's very interesting. It's just that the torso is playing here
Yeah,
against you, and again, the same thing as about the pose. I think I would just sorry, just to be annoying. I think I just keep repeating myself. Never pose a character just like that straight. I'm aware that probably he's actually posed like that in some poster or something like that,
yeah,
but I still try to give a little bit of curvature, just a tiny bit, even with the same rules that I was mentioning before. Just if you post a character, just try to make sure that he's not stiff. Just a little bit of attitude in the shoulder. One shoulder slightly has more attitude than the other. Just play with this kind of stuff because it really helps when you are showcasing your characters. Definitely.
yeah,
But other than that, I love the render. I think presentation, keep it
yeah. Presentation wise,
simple,
is very good. Yeah. Also,
is
the
very
eyes are
good.
very popping
Yeah,
compared to the rest of the things. There is a good division of materials. So yeah,
definitely, definitely. Very good job, Marcos. Very good progress. I'm very happy to see that you are moving forward like that match. Very good.
yeah,
We have Milos from Serbia. Oh, nice, nice. Here, these have the Butcher. Isn't it looks like one of the Love Death and Robots characters.
which one? Oh, this one.
Billy the
Oh yeah,
Butcher. That's pretty cool, eh? I like it. I mean, I think the SSS is too strong.
yeah. Eventually,
Milos, are you here? Do you want us to take a look to one specifically? Because you have some few very good pieces. This one is
yep.
also very nice, a Viking. And this one, come on, this one looks like a pretty damn cool. I mean, the render, it feels like getting you took it from a movie.
Yeah, this is from the Avengers.
Yeah, from the Avengers. From the Avengers. Yeah,
Yeah, the Avengers.
I
Yeah,
really like the
he's one of
lighting.
the Thanos minions. Yeah.
The Thanos minions.
No, the Thanos. Yeah, the Thanos guys.
I
Yeah.
got it. I got it. But it's pretty cool, eh? Anyway, let's move to to a different one. Probably we can come back to the Butcher,
Yeah.
just because here it's probably the latest one, 24 days ago. Do you have any sculpt? No. All right. I like the forms. I think definitely the shading here it is the SSS is too much. Possibly you were trying maybe to follow certain type of a style. No, not really. And also I feel like the translation, the concept to the sculpt. Let me just come back here. Yeah, it feels like in the concept the guy has a bigger head. I mean, if we talk about literally translating a character from 2D to 3D, definitely he has a bigger head. This zygomatic dista, the zygomatic is like a quite strong here. I would say here we're missing a bit of silhouette here, just a tiny bit, just in terms of translation. I like it, but yeah, the shading here is just too strong. The subsurface, so definitely pull it down to make sure that it goes to a more of a human skin.
Yeah, also
What
the concept, the mouth has a different shape. It's like it's as an expression like this, even if
True.
it's covered with the bird.
Yeah.
In yours, feels like it's more neutral.
True. Very
Yeah,
good one. Good spot here. Definitely, he's kind of like this attitude, right? He's pushing the lower lip like against his upper lip, right? So he's like something like this on the concept, right? So he's
yeah,
definitely, and you see even the bracers that are distinct to tiny muscle, like pushing just there. And here we're missing that. I mean, we're missing
yeah.
this attitude. Yeah, definitely. There are some few bits that you can just help in terms of the translation from concept to 3D, definitely.
Yeah.
But the skills are there. It's just about just like being very picky about your own work.
Yep.
I would suggest for this kind of work, always post always your sculpt, because for me as a client, I want to see also your sculpt technique. Here there is much distraction. I really want to see how the sculpt looks like. So it's very important to keep the sculpt always here on the post. Okay. But other than that, Milos, very very good job. Very good job. I like it. All right, let's move to the next one.
Yep.
Marcel from Russia. Привет, Marcel. How you doing? So we're going to choose the warrior here.
Okay.
Nice lighting.
Yep.
Nice lighting.
I'm looking at the turntable in the meantime.
Yeah, let me put the turntable as well here. But I like the stylized anatomy. I think it works to me. The profile for some reason doesn't work. I don't know if it's because of the turntable. There is something odd on the profile. Yeah, there is something odd on the nose here that doesn't work for me.
Maybe it's missing the glabella.
It's missing the. I mean, for this type of character, he should have a very strong glabella. That's right. Let me see the profile again. Yes, I think he's missing this. This proper brow area, right? Let me check the concept quickly. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Marcel says that he's here, but his English is not strong. Don't worry, our English is not strong either. We are a Spanish guy and an Italian guy, so
yeah. Exactly. We own the worst language to really get out. Try to speak English. It's horrible. I know. So believe me, sometimes I really try to put proper English accent. It's just impossible. My Spanish, my Latino accent just pop up.
But it's cool, yeah. We are.
So yeah, I will say actually the translation could be better translated when it comes to try to feel the character. Could be slightly better translated. It feels like the eyes are too big in your version comparing to the concept. And also, as Daniele just mentioned, the glabella is this area from the skull that normally people, like a very strong dudes like this guy, they have a very strong brow area that even is very protruded. So the glabella, it will just pick out like a very strong, so it will help to give this like a strong dude feeling, right?
Yeah.
So even though you don't see it here in the concept, I just assume the guy should have a stronger clavella, and that's probably the reason why in the profile is not working to me. Yeah. Also, the mouth area probably here. We can pull this corner,
Yeah.
the mouth corner, slightly lower, just to have a more neutral. Because here, I mean, I guess you're trying to make him smile, but it's not working. It's not working. And again, if you smile, you have nasolabial folds forming, which is not the case here. You have this bulb happening here. So, sorry, here. All the accumulation from fat going on here, which is not the case. So the face expression is not working just because of that. So definitely it would be very important to keep this in mind. I would just pull the mouth corner slightly lower to have a more neutral expression. Anything else, Daniela, that you feel like adding
No, I'm
to
also
Marcel
looking at the
here?
marmoset viewer. So other than that, I feel like the character is super cool.
It's very cool. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It catches the attention definitely. I love the presentation. I really like the lighting. I like it how simple he's showcasing as well.
Yeah. No, nothing to say really.
Nothing to say really, but yeah, I agree.
Maybe just for the shading, you could try to kind of like lower a bit the specularities because it feels a bit. Maybe it's your intention, but a bit way too plastic. Like because I'm looking at the marmoset viewer, probably it's just a matter of the marmoset viewer, but it looks very, very, very shiny and wet.
Yeah, I can tell that. Yeah, there are some speculars here that look like plastic, definitely.
Just tiny bit less.
Yeah, just kill the roughness a little bit. Well, not more roughness in that sense. Anyway, very very good job, Marcel. Just tiny bits to improve here. Love the hair, by the way, here. All right, and we are going to. We'll probably have time for another one. Christopher Serrano from Los Angeles. Let's go for the Gladiator.
Wow.
The Gladiator Wolverine. It has everything in one dude.
Super cool.
Nice. We have the Wolverine. Okay. I'm not going to judge the facial expression. Anything about facial anatomy here.
No, you have to judge looking from the also and guess what is the facial expression. Yeah.
It even has UVs for the face, which I love it. Some few bits here, Christopher. When it comes to skin shader, just watch out with the porosity. Here, your pores are quite big, which make it look like, I mean, don't get me wrong, but it looks like an even orange peel. Like it feels like it's not fully skin. Also because of the specularity going on here. So watch out with this kind of stuff. Anatomically speaking, the clavicles are kind of, I wouldn't say a bit strange. I wouldn't say that it's fully badly positioned, but I will assume there will be in a different position here. So you normally will have it here sitting. And normally the clavicles, they already have like a certain shape by default till it gets just there. So definitely here we are missing a little bit of information. The neck formation, I don't see it happening fully. Perhaps in a different view.
Yeah, the overall anatomy looks a bit smooth and simplified. In some sense. The torso is kind of like cool, but when you go, strange is that in the sculpt feels a bit more like visible. The final model is
In the final model, I have the feeling that you have too strong SSS, or the normal maps maybe is inverted. By the way, maybe the normal map is inverted. I'm not so super sure. There is something odd going on with the shadows here in general, and also you don't have ambient occlusion, which is horrible when you try to display a character. For example, this metal shell that you have here is not. You need to have this shadow contact just by default. Also, all the straps don't have shadow contact. I see some casting shadow, but I don't see the shadow contact. So there is something odd going on there.
There is a shot up that has if you go up on the page, this is the main shot in which there is more shadowing happening actually.
Yeah, that's true. In this one, you have shadow. Huh.
Probably the other one you really deactivated the shadows because the video is not showing.
It's very interesting because for me there are two different characters here. This one actually looks pretty cool, with the shadow, the lighting, and then here it feels like for some odd reason it's just not working. So you know what? I mean, Christopher, take out this one from the portfolio, this image specifically. This one is pretty cool. Or either try to get just a closer shot with this shading that you got here. Yeah, I think so. But yeah, I think in general line, and in terms of the presentation, well, I mean, I will try to give him a bit more of attitude rather than the just a pose. If he's a gladiator, just maybe just make a fist in one of the hands. Maybe just get him with a more like a Wolverine pose, so he's slightly more like a he's ready to fight. Don't just don't there standing in the field.
Yeah. Also, in terms of material, just try to give more attention because the gold feels a bit, I don't know, a bit flat.
Yeah, it's missing metallicity, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And a bit more of a like a texture, more history here. I will expect probably all these arrows or whatever they are, like some corrosion going on in between, probably some blood going on there. I see that the guy probably just was on a fight or something, and this all of this seems too clean to me. All the geared elements, they seem super clean to me, which you cannot play against him because he already has scars, and even here he has even blood happening, isn't it?
Yep.
So definitely we need to. It would be interesting to work all this kind of stuff. So some people. Oh my God, the portfolio. Oh my God, Daniele, check this out. Oh my God. All right, so Daniel,
so we have a very angry octopus.
We have a very angry octopus right now. We left in 17, and now we have 50 portfolio to review.
Oh
okay, so
God.
I know. So we have here just 5 minutes left. Let's pick just random. So I'm going to pick just something random here. Okay. This one, just because random. I know I have to go random. Oh, you have a Tyrone here. Let's go for this one. That is a finished character.
Okay.
Living room scene. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think our semester we were given 2 characters in our living room.
Oh wow.
Composite. But wait. This is pretty cool. He did the look depth. So who is this artist? Ashley. Sorry, Ashley. How you doing? I hope you are online so you can say hi. Very cool character, eh? I love the pose. I love the spine.
Yeah.
Very cool. It has the face of the How to Train Your Dragon, isn't it?
Yeah.
It has the same type of face. Very cool, eh?
Cool, yeah. Maybe a bit way too much rim light. He has like a supernova exploding on the back.
Yeah, the hair translucency is like killing it. but pretty cool, eh? Very cool.
Yeah.
Let me just pull out a different one. I'm not going to say much. It looks like you know what you're doing, definitely. I love it. Let me just pull a different one just quickly. This one, for example. This one, just randomly, really. So we have here Miguel Lopez. Let's go for, isn't this one the Dragon Ball one? No, It looks like, this is a concept. Let's check the concept quickly as always. All right, I have seen this concept before. All right, let's get into the close-up. It feels like anatomically, there are some few things to fix. I mean, just by checking even the arm here, or either there are some few secondary shapes, the deltoid, how penetrates the deltoid here, the bicep. I mean, the guy's super strong, so definitely it should reflect all this kind of stuff. If there is something that really gets me out, is the hair cards for the bird. I mean, you're definitely following the style, but they're really throwing me off. Every time you create hair cards, just try to make sure that you create an extra layer to break the silhouette. So normally in your hair cards, you will have like a one haircut with just 1 or 2 or 3 strands, and then you start breaking out everything. So it's a little bit more messy. In this case, I literally can see the alpha cards just sitting one on top of each other, which is kind of hardcore. And when it comes to anatomy, the guy has like a expression, which I don't think is reflected here. And you can see the forehead wrinkles that are neutral. So in your case, he has a neutral expression, which is a shame because I think the concept actually has a very nice, type of vibe in that sense. Mm-hmm. So you could translate that slightly better. Anything else, Daniele, you feel like adding here?
No, no, yeah, I'm totally agree with what you say. Yeah, yeah. Also, in terms of presentation, I feel like is missing a bit of contrast. The image, especially on the face, looks
Yeah, too
like
flat.
yeah, kind of like flat. So let's try to give more interest also in terms of this is a thing in which I always struggle a lot, and
Yeah,
most of the times I fail. But yeah, you really want to kind of like avoid making it look too flat. Also because the face is probably the most important part. So
yeah,
you want to kind of like focus there.
completely. The glasses definitely should look more like glasses,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the specularity, the mentality there. Anyway, so let me just point something just quickly to all of you who are interested about stylized characters or likeness. Just briefly, I want to talk just quickly about the mentorship program. With our heroes, we have opened a mentorship program for the first time where we are gathering the best courses that we have. We have gathered the likeness course and also the stylized course, everything some in 9 months. So here, the whole idea is to take any artist to get all the bases, all the anatomy, facial anatomy, to know how to create the stylized character, how to create proper likeness characters from zero to hero. The first 3 months, we are going to be focusing about creating stylized characters. The next 3 months, it will be about the likeness, and the last 3 months will be a character of your choice. So if you get here into our heroes character mentorship program, you will be able to see how the program is structured. And also very important, you guys have feedback on the forum. We have Q&A sessions every 2 weeks, so you get to showcase your character every now and then. And something I'm very happy about is that in the last period of the mentorship, we have a whole bunch of cool workshops about how to write down your CV for LinkedIn, for example. Or we are going to have also a recruiter where in between small groups, you will be able to ask questions about how you should perform in an interview, or how to prepare for an interview, etc. So that's something that I hope you guys take a look, because it's very interesting. And obviously we have some of the best mentors like Daniele here that I adore, like people who really know their business, and every piece of advice you just take it for, just listen to all of them, definitely. So I think with all of these guys, you guys have any question before we start wrapping up? You guys have any question to me or Daniele? Anything that you guys want to say before moving on? And remember, in 3 hours we have another stream. We're going to have another stream with Alfredo Barro, and he's going to be reviewing stylized characters. So definitely something that is very important. We have Bella here that knows Farid. Farid is it's like the Egyptian god. People know him, and also he's pretty good. So I love Farid.
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys don't have any more questions here, we can already start wrapping on.
Yep.
Awesome, Nikita. Awesome. Thanks to you guys for staying online.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that's pretty much for today, Daniele. Daniele, thanks very much for staying
Oh,
with
no,
us
thanks to
online.
you for having me here. Yeah, it was really a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Yeah.
We have just one.
Oh, yes, Farid.
Farid's online. Oh my god, that's great. We have just one question. Let me just pull it here. What is the deadline to apply for the mentorship? It was just there before. The deadline, we're going to have if I'm not wrong, the enrollment between this week and next week as well. It's just that the early bird process, the early bird price is going to be just this week. So this week we have the discount. All right. So if I'm not wrong, it could be even today. You guys probably have seen all this information here as well. And after that, once the early bird finishes, it will be normal price, just to let you know. All right. Okay, so I think unless you guys have more questions, we can already start pulling out the stream. Are you going to make more of these reviews? We're going to see, because mostly we're busy with our students, so it's like we have more internal reviews. So, but we will see. I mean, we're very keen about doing this kind of stuff. We probably were going to do new challenges, and quite possibly in the challenge week, we're going to be giving out reviews and so on.
Yep.
All right, so I think that's it, guys. So thanks for everyone to staying online with
Thanks,
us.
guys.
Just keep it up, okay? So thanks, Daniele, for staying also with us.
Thanks to you, and
Thanks.
see you later.
Yeah. See you later, alligator. Yeah, stay there. Ciao, ciao, guys. Ciao.